Okay, everybody. So we are back for the pretty much it's going to be a Spider-Man cast, like 99.9% of it. So there's no real podcast this week, but we'll roll all that other stuff into next week's podcast because, Spidey's worth having his own podcast for since it's goddamn Spider-Man.
You got two trailers.
Yeah, two trailers. So I'm here with Joe.
What's going on?
Tom.
Hey guys.
Tristan.
Kind of salty here.
And Mitch.
Kind of salty as well.
Okay, I think you both will spread the salt around with this trailer and podcast when we talk about it. And oh boy, I can't wait to see the comments for some of these. It's gonna be good. That Spider-Man trailer. I'm gonna say I like the U.S. version more than the international version.
Same here.
The international one's got more action, but the US one gives us a lot more an idea of what the story's going to be and who the characters are.
Like, it feels more generic than the international one. It's just like,
Yeah.
Plus, I like the high school vibe that they're probably gonna go with the movie, but that they showed in the trailer of how he's in class or he's with not gang. That's what I'm gonna call him. He's not gang.
Even though he's got the Legos, like
no, he's Ned Gank Lee.
Yeah, like he's in like but just that high school vibe that they said that they're gonna have in the movie, and it's similar to like a Ferris Bueller's Day Off or all those type of movies. That's exciting.
Honestly, that's one of the reasons I really like the first trailer more. The second trailer makes it seem way more like a typical comic book movie, where the first one is cut like, oh look, it's a high school movie. He has problems. Oh, but there's stuff. It looks like a Spider-Man comic, come to life. So.
It makes it different compared to all the other MCU movies.
See, what it is, though. The first trailer was Marvel. The second one was cut by Sony.
What?
I could actually see that.
I saw someone say that it was the other way around. I was like, really? You sure? Because I feel like Marvel would have did the first one.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why they would have did the basic action one.
I mean, like in the first one, you get to see how Tom Holland is as Spider-Man, where he's just waiting for the right opportunity to talk to the bank robbers.
Yeah.
Did anyone else get a TASM vibe from that, though?
Yes.
That first scene in the trailer, I was like, this is just TASM.
Is it because how it... Oh.
Yeah, but hasn't got some things right.
Oh,
is it because of how it looks?
It didn't, but like the whole the color palette, the light.
Yeah.
It's like this is straight up from that.
How many different variations on red and blue are you going to?
It looks really blue.
That's like the whole lighting was shut and like what everyone was wearing, like this, just the scenery in general. It looked like something out of the first TASM movie.
I mean,
I like TASM.
I thought you would have said
it's the better one of them.
Honestly, I'm sort of feeling like they're almost trying to take the Netflix Marvel approach here, because it's Queens, it's another district in New York, and so far every time you see New York, even in Avengers, it has a distinct color palette and like a tone they're going for. I think that's just kind of what they're sticking with. So, and I mean, let's not kid ourselves. The Amazing Spider-Man franchise try to ape the aesthetic of the MCU. Like hard. I mean, they failed at it hard, but
yeah, they were trying to imitate the MCU. So when the MCU is now doing their own thing, it's bound to have some things that look similar. For sure.
The first one kind of did it all right, but the second one just.
Oh, and the first one had a beautiful. It was a darker and more moody New York. But yeah, the second one was like, okay, how can we be more in line with what other people want and try to do? So
I still think the second one looks pretty beautiful at times. I just think it was a terrible movie.
I still think the second one had some really good Spidey parts, but that's when he's only Spider-Man.
Well, that's what
when he's walking in the kid home. When he's walking the kid home is really great.
Well, that's also like when the trailer opens up, it's like, oh, this is Spidey. Like the way he's stopping the robbers and his humor. It's like they open up with a good scene to be like, okay, this is clearly Spider-Man as you know him. It's not like, oh, we're doing our own thing. So,
and it's not a CGI suit in the trailer.
True.
Like you can actually tell that he's wearing that.
Yeah.
We should bring up the point of Donald Glover in this because he looks kind of menacing. He looks like he's the mastermind of something. He's just chilling in the back while somebody's using like a weapon.
So like I said forever ago,
he always looks.
Like I said forever ago, I hope to hell they just make him like the Prowler. Just go with that, please. Just do it Ultimate style. Just make him Miles' uncle down the road.
That'd be amazing.
Like, because he's not that old. I mean, he always looks
get
young.
Donald Glover for just anything.
Yeah, exactly. Like, why would he be a
you
throwaway
say that,
role?
But like, they got Nathan Fillion for Guardians. And remember what he did?
I don't know what he do. I forgot.
He did the blue alien that Groot nose raked.
Oh yeah.
He's in the second one as well with a similar short cameo as a different character.
Simon Williams.
I don't think we knew he was in the movie till.
No, we did. We knew.
Oh, we did it. I did.
Everyone was saying it was no.
I think even Nathan Fillion tweeted that he was at the set and like had pictures with James Gunn and shit like they're buds.
Yeah.
But that kind of reminds me of like when they did in Force Awakens with James Bond, but Daniel Craig. They had said he was in the movie like a week or two before it, but it's not like he had a big role. So I don't know.
It's a similar sort of thing to like Simon Pegg as the CGI alien. Like it was just Nathan Fillion as the CGI alien. Oh, was that a suit? Fucking hell, that's incredible. I don't
think he'll be a little cameo though. The way they bring him up and the way they announce his casting and everything, it sounds like he's gonna have a role in this movie and maybe in the future.
Have a role, but I'm just saying he doesn't have to have like a substantial role.
Well, yeah.
Is what my point was.
I don't think we'll see him like as much as the Vulture.
Do you guys think maybe like
seems like a mastermind?
Do you guys think maybe he's being built up kind of like a Mordo style character where he'll show up in this one, and then they're like, we'll save him for a sequel. They'll kind of build him up as a villain down the road, or you never know. Like they could be changing. Like hypothetically, right? Let's just say I'm not saying he is, but they could be like, oh, that's the new Kirk Connors. Or something like we don't really know what they could do with this. Like the universe is already throwing a wrench into everything, and this trailer kind of reveals that outright. Like there's a girl who's clearly a nerd, played by Zendaya, who clearly doesn't look like a nerd, and she's making fun of Peter. Like they're already flipping everything,
Zendaya playing Michael Gonzalez because she looks like a boy. Just like,
yeah,
that look like a boy.
She does. When I first saw that, stop and look for a second. It's just like, wow.
I think it's because she's wearing tomboy clothes.
Yeah.
But we know the three villains in the movie, right? Vulture, Shocker, Tinker, and we've seen them. Well, I think one of them is the Tinker, right? Because
there's two Shockers. That guy.
Well, I know. I thought of that at first, but then when someone put it. Like the image of the guy who's playing the Tinker next to the one who's using the weapon.
We know that guy's not playing the Tinker. It's been confirmed who is, and we didn't see him at all in the trailer.
No, not Donald Glover. I know the other guy.
No. The other guy next to him is not the Tinker.
Oh yeah, I forgot the Tinker was in this.
The Tinker has been cast. We've seen it like his.
Yeah, it's that bigger dude. Yeah, with the facial hair.
And he's not next to Donald Glover. He's not in the trailer.
That's somebody had put an image next to him, and I was like,
that was the MCU page, and everyone was like, he's not the Tinkerer.
Okay, I just thought like I guess when you see two pictures together, you kind of want it to be that. You know what I mean?
Because that's how a lot of fan pages work with these pictures lately. They just put two things side by side. They all go, "Oh my god, it's exactly the same."
No, it was just like with one of the screens with where they were saying this one blonde girl was automatically Gwen because you look like it, and to me it looked like she was just an extra.
In that defense, that is a very Gwen style outfit she's wearing.
It is.
Yes, it's just a case of it's a blonde girl in Alice band. It has to be Gwen. But there are pictures of Gwen in the comics that look exactly.
But it's one of those things where even if it is, maybe they're gonna completely sideline that character. Like maybe he. Yeah. Look. The Amazing Spider-Man never introduced us to Mary Jane because she was booted out of it. And Gwen Stacy was the second love interest in the Raimi trilogy, and that was the one that Kevin Feige was involved with more. So, clearly
the Raimi trilogy, like they had Elizabeth Banks as Betty Brant?
Yeah,
she was Peter's girlfriend in the comics.
Oh
she was just there as the secretary at the Daily Bugle, but she had nothing to do with that relationship.
Honestly, I'd be okay with if Gwen Stacy was in this and they never really start a relationship. She's just like there. It's like, yeah, okay, she exists.
And that
whatever.
Was like. Feige, I think, obviously he worked on the original Raimi Spider-Man trilogy, so it's the sort of thing he would probably do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
it's fine.
Wait, going back a little bit. I know. Okay, so we're correct on the fact that there is two Shockers because that's what everybody kind of figured out when we saw two different guys wearing the yellow sleeves.
Yeah.
So there's two
one's
Shockers.
got one gauntlet on the right arm, one's got a gauntlet on the left arm.
Or one's black, one's white. Let's just put that.
There is that, but like they.
Okay. There's also Michael Keaton's a Vulture. There's a Tinker who wasn't in the trailer, and there's Donald Glover who looks like a villain. So I'm telling you, he could be a prowler, as Armin says. Why not? But he just seems like he's gonna be pulling the strings a lot with the Shockers.
Well, I don't get that impression he's going to put in the strings.
He just seems like he's just like.
Yeah, but he's just he's in like a shirt and sweats. Like he's just standing there.
Yeah, he looked a bit disheveled in the.
Zuckerberg is in a sweat and
Yeah, but like, he's just standing there. Like, I didn't get any like, oh, he's behind everything at all.
I got the idea he could
called him.
He could even have been a hostage.
Really?
Like,
I got the idea he's just behind everything. I don't
Do you
know
think
what
maybe
how
like
felt about that.
yeah, I'm feeling maybe like he's kind of the dealer for the Tinker's weapons.
Damn.
Yeah,
So he's the one on the street level handing them out while the Tinker's in the background tinkering away.
This is how I do. You make him the Prowler, and having him be with the Tinkerer, he can just collect different parts, and then he's got all the stuff later on, and then he can be a hero.
Yeah,
Do it that way.
Oh, are we assuming that the Tinkerer makes all the other guys' weapons, like the Vulture suit?
Yeah.
Okay. Just putting it out there.
Because, I mean, the suit... Well, if it was like Stark Tech or something, right? Wouldn't it be more or less bulky, kind of like, like Falcons? So clearly this guy is inventing tech, but it's not up to snuff to be Stark Tech or anything like that. And it's probably not Oscorp. I don't think they're going to pull that yet, if at all, if they have introduced Norman Osborn. So
I'll be surprised if Oscorp is a background entity in this film, but not actually addressed.
Yeah,
like,
You just see the tower and that's it.
Yeah, the tower will be there. Yeah. Stark Tower and Oscorp will be near each other. That will be about it.
I do think it is time to mention the web wings. I don't know. How does everybody feel about them?
Dumb
Love
as
them.
Don't.
I kind of don't care.
I'm indifferent to them. I don't really hate them, but it's not like, oh my god, it's new.
I get it. We get it, right? He's gliding. I think we all get it. It's just how we like it or not.
They look bigger than I expected, which I mean, I thought they would be slightly smaller than they are, but I actually do really like it. It reminds me a lot of the comics I grew up reading, like the compilations of the early stories, the Ditko stuff.
I mentioned this to Mitch, but I don't know if you all caught it, where before he jumps off and he's just hanging on to the little piece, the people behind him were about to snipe him. They're legit about to kill a kid.
But they don't know it's a kid. It could be a small man.
Come on.
So then, let's talk about the wings, because I think they look great. I just think they're a tad bit too big, but I know Mitch isn't a fan of them.
Well, like, my idea, like, I don't care that they're that big, because I was expecting them to be that big. Yeah. Like, why would they be any smaller if he's like, they're clearly going to be for him to glide.
Yeah,
like, they weren't going to.
Yeah.
So I just think they look dumb. Like, they look dumb in the comics. They look dumb in the
I think they're retractable, though. They'll just be.
I mean, they are retractable because you see him like pull them up.
I mean, like I said, I think we all get the reasoning behind them. It's just if they look cool or not to us, basically. That's just it.
See, like, I don't think they particularly look cool. I'm just glad Marvel is ballsy enough to do it. But like, yeah, fuck you, everybody. Like,
it's a nice nod.
Yeah. Like, I understand them in the comics, and I kind of appreciate them in some panels, but I'm not like overly fond with them. But I just think it's nice to put them in there to be like, yeah, see, we did it. Like, it's kind of like a victory lap. They're like, oh, the other guy said they couldn't do it, but Marvel can do it, like.
And like Batman can't have white eyes, yet Black Panther can, and Spider-Man can have web wings. Like,
yeah.
I don't think it's the. I mean, I don't think it's the whole. If they can't have web wings, we can. But I just think they want they thought it worked better for their Spider-Man because he needs to glide around. I mean, what else are you gonna have? Rocket boots?
It's a very situational thing, and it works perfectly for this film because he's fighting a bird.
I mean, you also say, what's he gonna? You say, what's he gonna have? Rocket boots, and he probably might actually, because there's that one scene where him and Tony are walking, and there's like the Avengers chamber. That's probably something, because it's like. Is that going to be like a proto Iron Spider suit, or?
I hope not. Do not give him that suit ever.
Not yet. Not yet.
I would rather have the Spider-Man Unlimited suit with the web cape.
Oh,
what about?
You would?
Spider suit from the animated series, where it just looked like his regular suit but silver and like armored.
Oh no, that was horrible.
I
that was
like
the '90s armored suit.
Yeah, that was. Oh.
Dude, the '90s
animated series. If they did a comic version, it probably sucked.
When I was a stupid little little kid, I loved that silver suit. That was my favorite. I was like, no man, he's a fucking robot. It's cool.
Yeah,
man, I don't care too much about I don't care too much about the web wings if they're there or not, but that cape, like Unlimited, can we not? That no, that would never work again.
Just
the
watch.
Only time, like, the Iron Spider suit could work for me. To Period on it. That's the only time the legs worked. I don't know why.
Yeah. Well, it could be one of
I
those
think-
things, where it's saved for down the road. Because I don't think they do because it looks like in this movie he's probably gonna have like 2 or 3 suits. So
Yeah, at some point it looks like he's going back to the old.
Oh, he is.
Oh yeah, in the very end, right?
He's,
Because
he's definitely got the old like hoodie and massive web shooter.
Which is why I wouldn't be surprised if that bit where he gets the upgrade with the web wings. I wouldn't be surprised if that's like the last shot of the movie, and like that comes after his suit has been destroyed, and Stark's like, right, if I'm going to rebuild the suit, I'll add web wings.
sitting there.
they do a TASM. They do a TASM too, where they show the
I
last
hope.
scene in the movie. I mean, the trailer.
But why not? Like Stark maybe is like, well, we've just salvaged this tech from Vulture. Like we've got some cool wing technology. I'll add this into Peter's suit and give it to him at the end of the
Well,
film.
we've
I
already
can
got the
see it.
technology for the web wings anyway. Like we don't need it for the Vulture.
Look, Tom. I can see it happening. Hopefully, it's not, because I would hope.
I mean,
they
I
don't
hope
do
it's
that in
not,
the
but I
trailer.
wouldn't be surprised if that is.
Yeah.
It's such a waste if it is though, because it's like you.
No, maybe
use
that's
that in
just
the
the
fight.
start of the last scene of the movie, and then he goes and fights Shocker, and that's it.
I mean, that'll be TASM
Well,
too, essentially. But
I mean, right
So-
now the way we looked at it, because we all thought Shocker was going to be like an opening villain. I mean, if he's getting weapons from Glover's character and everything, that can't be a prologue then. So it's probably got to be like what, maybe a team up fight at the end, like
Maybe.
or
No.
because I mean the
Well, maybe
wave
that's
technology
so
he's
much
shooting,
focusing
right?
on the Vulture, he misses this other guy, and that's
Well,
why
it's-
Stark's saying focus on ground level for now.
But it's
There's
like
another
you
guy
see
shoot
the
you over.
Vulture flying, right? And he's like using that thing that rips the boat apart. That seems to be like the Shocker tech also. So
Which looks oddly Chitauri like.
it does. It looks
Oh, it
alien
does,
like.
it
Yeah,
really
it's
does.
got that little purpley blue glow and everything. It's just
Oh,
like,
can we just acknowledge the poetry in the boat scene? Because I loved it. I love when he's holding.
love it.
I want the
Yeah.
Spider Christ.
Yeah, the
Yep.
Spider Christ. I was so tempted. Like I told you last night, I was so tempted to because somebody photoshopped the 3 Spider-Mans like from all 3 franchises doing that. I was gonna Photoshop Jesus right next to them. They're kind of
Well,
like,
it's not
the
just
same.
that; it's very reminiscent of the Spider-Man 2 train scene. So,
Well, yeah,
and that's
yeah,
one of the
because
that's like one of the best scenes in superhero history. So it's like, yeah, that's
That's
awesome.
what I'm saying. Like someone photoshopped all 3 Spider-Mans from Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield doing it as
Wait,
well.
when
I
did
think
when
this
did
was
Garfield do it? I'm honestly
That's-
blocking it out.
cool.
Garfield did it in TASM 2.
when he was getting the stuff together, like the electrical.
Oh,
he
yep,
was
yep.
beating the conductor for the pylons.
Yep, I remember that
Yeah.
now.
So all of them do it. It's nice because it's a cool Spider-Man thing. I just think Tom Holland's is going to be a little bit more physical because that's a boat.
Yeah.
Plus, we
That's
saw him on Kimmel. Like he can do his own stunts. Like he came out and did a bunch of like flips and shit. Like
He looks so tiny.
He's tiny.
Looks
that's
so
why
tiny.
he's been cast. He can play a high schooler for the next like 4 movies if you don't
Like,
want.
he's 20 and he looks about 14.
Could that be a good thing? Because when you're 40, you could be looking like you're 25 or 30.
Exactly. Yeah. Tom Cruise has got away with that for years.
Yeah.
Oh, Tom Cruise. This
He
is
started like 25 playing like 14-year-olds, didn't he? Like,
Tom
teen
Cruise is the Mummy. Okay, why not? I'll fucking
That
take
movie
it.
looks good though.
Yeah, that movie
Oh,
looks fucking amazing.
Come on, Mitch.
It looks bad.
No,
but
I
it
am
looks-
so hyped for that movie.
I'll give you this one because I think Transformers, Power Rangers looks good, but and you think this looks good. I don't think
No,
this
this is not in the same
No.
vein as that fucking abomination.
Look,
Do
look.
not mention that movie.
Look, Tom Cruise, he's done good Mission Impossible movies. He didn't do the Jack Reacher, the first one, good. I hear the second one was better, but this might not be good. Okay, they've failed 3 other
might not be
times.
good. It probably won't.
But-
be good, but it looks good.
But
They
Joe,
failed 3 other times.
Tom Cruise is a method actor, so you know he fucking became the Mummy to do that shit. So you can't not like it. Come
He
on.
did all that running himself.
They failed with Aaron Eckhart as Frankenstein. They failed with that one dude as
Whoa.
Dracula.
Wait,
And now they're gonna have Tom Cruise as
when the
Mummy.
fuck was
Oh,
Aaron
they
Eckhart?
cancelled the,
Wait,
Dracula
what?
thing. That's
When
not
was
right.
Aaron
He was
Eckhart
Frankenstein. Aaron Eckhart.
When
He was a Frankenstein that was supposed to be
Yeah.
actiony and was gonna be in his monster
Yeah,
universe
but
as well.
no,
Didn't
no,
though?
that wasn't part of this universe. That's a
Oh,
completely
wasn't it?
different movie. Yeah.
Oh, you're
Okay,
talking.
then,
Was,
then they only failed once.
was
I
that
think
I
it is
Frankenstein or
53
whatever?
attempts,
Yeah,
and this-
yeah.
each time.
That was
Oh.
I Frankenstein. Okay, so they only failed one time with the dude with Dracula, and then
Well,
But
they,
then that's not in this universe either because they got
no,
nothing.
because it was gonna be, and
Yeah,
then they
'cause the-
scratched it.
Dracula
Well,
Untold
that's
got
what
fucking
they do,
booted
though,
out,
they
even though
probably
like.
did want to make a universe with that.
But Dracula Untold wasn't a terrible movie. It was like all right. It was like that
Apparently it
six.
was.
Like,
I heard it was a riff off of Batman Begins.
oh, it was.
It's not like, hey, let's start a universe with this movie.
Well,
I mean, it kind of is because it has.
neither was
something in
Man
it.
of Steel, but fuck it. Like,
Okay, you're right. Okay, I'll give you that.
No, let's just force a flashback scene at the start of the movie.
But I understand what's supposed to be in it. It's not in it anymore, but it was supposed to be, and then they took it out. And then Dracula was supposed to be in it, not anymore.
No, that
So,
Frankenstein movie was never supposed to be in this.
I'm gonna Google that because I swear I read something where it
I think it was going to be a universe, but like that was a different.
they
attempt.
rejected it way before because they're like, no one's gonna watch all these movies.
Yeah, by the time it hit theaters, they were like, "No, this is the only movie that's
Like,
ever
they've
been
been trying to
made."
do this monster universe for decades.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
have.
Yeah, that's true.
Like I'm
And
saying,
they
they-
tried since the 90s to recreate
They should have
that.
just
Like, I think even the
retroactively
Brendan
made
Fraser
Brendan
one, he was
Fraser
probably
shit
took
like
that
canon.
stuff.
Like the Brendan Fraser shit should have stayed. They should have just made fucking.
Really should have.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that means you're saying that god awful rock CGI is canon. And it's just like,
I wish that was. That would be amazing.
Well,
Just get that back and don't update it. Just keep
Well,
it.
Brendan
isn't-
Fraser has to have a cameo in this new movie.
Well,
He
I
just
mean,
has to.
isn't The Rock playing fucking Wolfman now for them? Like,
Oh yeah,
The
right.
Rock's playing everyone in everything.
that's true.
Like, you're gonna get a movie just The Rock and he's everyone.
I mean,
He
The
was
Rock
amazing
is literally
first.
playing Baywatch the character, so it doesn't matter anymore.
I guarantee it, next year you will have The Rock as Eddie Murphy, and it's just gonna be The Rock playing. Rock playing.
True.
Just the biopic. Just imagine the Rock now recreating Beverly Hills Cop. just insulting like gay people on stage and shit. Like doing the stand-up scene.
Welcome to the Spider-Man discussion where we talk about Beverly Hills Cop.
Well,
You know that
pretty much,
Spider-Man?
I mean, we pretty much talked about everything. As it.
Like,
Oh wait,
There is one more thing.
I was
Wait.
just gonna say, like, why would they give Peter basically Gank?
See, that annoys me.
That really burns me an asshole. Like I did it in my trailer talk. I'm like, what the? Why would you fucking give him gank? I don't get it. It's so stupid.
Because like I remember specifically saying that Marvel said that they weren't going to do that, and the actor was like, "No, I'm not going to be playing him."
Technically, he is not Gank. He is Ned Leeds.
but
But
he's basically
but he has Gank's personality.
And his
I know.
he
It's just-
he has that Miles scene where he shows them in the dorm. Where he's like,
Yeah.
oh, here's Spider-Man. He has that Miles scene.
He has a Death Star made out of Legos, volatile
Yeah.
power
Well,
pieces.
let's look at it like, if you look at this, okay, maybe they'll do Ultimate Spider-Man 12 years, right? What are you
Yeah.
gonna do? Recreate the same scene and just CG in freaking a black actor instead of freaking like I don't like.
Well, maybe you give Miles Harry.
that would be fun.
Ooh.
Oh my god!
That just won't tinkering Goblin at all. Make him a Miles.
Holy shit, that would fuck everybody's mind
Like,
up.
You know, like how many villains does Miles actually have?
That's
Yeah.
true.
That are his own. So let's just give him the Hobgoblin. Fuck it.
So can I just say that with all this whole
He's
high
the
school,
Taskmaster.
like with all this high school vibe that they're giving off in this movie, I really hope they have scenes at a carnival because I know the like where he's fighting Vulture it's at a carnival, but I really hope they have scenes at a carnival where he's
Yes.
using his powers to like win. That'd be dope. That'd be so much fun.
Like, but he would be breaking stuff though.
Probably, but I hope it's like I don't know if anybody saw the Justice League versus Teen Titans where they have their little Power Rangers moment at the.
Yeah.
Please
I
no.
That-
want something
Damian
like
Wayne
that. I
would be
love stuff like that.
No.
It's kind of cheesy where it just works.
There's one thing
It
I
didn't
wanted
work
to
though.
It works for me.
There's one more thing I wanted to bring up about the trailer, though, that I've seen people
Huh.
complain about, especially in the Facebook group earlier. There was a thread, and that's when he's watching on his laptop in class the scenes from Civil War,
yeah.
and
Oh, yeah, I
people
saw
are
that.
complaining
Yeah.
about the camera angle. Being how is it he's seeing the perfect camera angle from the movie? But they did that with the Civil War trailer too, and then replaced it with
Yeah.
different footage of the previous events.
But is it
Wouldn't
actually?
be surprised they do it again.
Is that the camera angle they used in the movie though?
Apparently it is.
Because
Yeah.
I
People,
didn't
like,
recognize
checked
that
into
camera
it.
angle.
I don't
thought
think
it was
people
higher up.
are so much complaining besides pointing it out. Like I know I point like
No,
I didn't
people
realize
are
it's a little
complaining.
bit.
Yeah,
They're
when
genuine.
people point it out, they're doing it passive aggressively.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
I
like,
told
how
it
hard
was
is
like
it to have Peter have like, or Tony give Peter a couple GoPros?
I figure that's what it is, and that's why we've seen the GoPro looking shot like the minor upgrade scene with Happy.
Look,
Like,
yeah.
I think he's going to probably put that camera somewhere during the Civil War scene, and that's what he'll be watching on the
I
laptop.
don't think that's gonna happen, but I won't look
Why
past.
not?
I'm not gonna think
That's
too much of it
Spider-Man.
anyways.
We've
I
seen
know.
a POV camera
No.
shot already from him, so why not a second one?
The only reason I won't see it happening is mostly because I don't think it's really gonna matter. Like you said, they did in Civil War where they had the movie shots. I don't think it's gonna matter much. I don't think people are gonna.
So look at this realistically. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. managed to tell the whole fall of Hydra from a different point of view, and they even had their own scenes they put in the background. There's no way they overlooked something like using. It's just a fucking placeholder. Like the movie's 7 months away.
Yeah.
Even the last trailers for Civil War use the original movie footage, and then when you see the movie, it's all like handheld from the street, like POV.
Even the international Spider-Man trailer used footage from the Civil War trailer.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean,
like that opening is straight from that trailer.
I personally just don't think it won't matter too much.
No, it won't.
I don't see
I
people
don't think
caring
it will
about
matter, but I think they're gonna do it.
I mean,
because like
probably. I just don't.
I mean, like it's an easy way for Peter to get money. Like you can just film a whole bunch of stuff and put it up on YouTube.
It's doing what we know Peter does.
So Peter monetizes his clips, and they all get delivered to him, and he's like, "I'm real Spider-Man 69 or something."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I just don't think they're gonna show a scene where he's gonna be putting up his GoPro real quick. I mean, they might have it offhand like dialogue.
You don't need to see it. Like you just have.
Yeah,
it
they
named.
might. Oh, I mean that too, or they might have offhand dialogue like "I got it off the GoPro" or something like when he shows it to not Ink.
Yeah.
But
or
I
maybe
just hope,
you could have the spider drone from the New York House.
I just really hope like he makes some type of social media for Spider-Man because I don't know, that's just funny to me.
I just want to see him.
What you see Peter like tweeting from a balcony about what
I
he
mean,
does
that's kick-assy, which is very fun. Where the superhero just has his own social media because it's nowadays everybody has a social media.
That would actually make a lot of sense, and maybe that's part of the reason Tony's talking to him in the car. He's like, "Listen, don't do all these things to garner attention on yourself, because it's like." If he draws too much attention on himself, then the Accords come after him. So,
I mean, Peter could have like instead of the Daily Bugle, it's the whole hey Instagram, and you can still sell photos on Instagram.
Nah, man, the Daily Bugle is the Daily Bugle, man, is the Instagram of the MCU. I'm telling you.
Oh, that could be.
Yeah.
I think he would just be like hired by the Daily Bugle news site or something, and he would just be like he's the one who sends them the clips to put on the website.
I mean, yeah, that's basically what was in the Ultimate Universe Peter was doing. He was the webmaster.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, that'd be great.
It's gonna turn out that the Daily Bugle got shut down because they leaked the sex tape of Hulk Hogan being racist. They're just gonna convert that, you know.
Jameson was just determined to let it go. Like he's like, we must put this in our paper.
We need Hulk Hogan's sex scandal.
The public needs to know.
Listen to what he calls the Shocker. He calls him the N-word.
And before you forget,
You remember the meme?
Or Electro.
Rumor of Ice Cube? Like that was gonna be J. Jonah Jameson.
I want that to happen.
I know that'd be funny. That'd be cool.
I mean, we
I won't
also
care.
get like the scene in the classroom where we see all the famous scientists and we see Bruce Banner at the end.
Yep.
You also have Howard Stark in the hallway.
I'd love someone like
yeah.
Danny DeVito as J. Jonah Jameson, though. That'd be amazing.
Okay, now for the Howard Stark back wall photo, right? Did they use the merging of the two actors, like Slattery?
Yeah.
Because it looked like I'm like that's not either actor distinctly, so I think they're
They've
It's
done
like
it before.
Cooper's head, but the other guy's face.
Oh, that's so
They
good.
didn't. What other movie was it? They did a merge. Like they merged both actors. They've done it once before. There was a photo, like black and white photo, and it was just
I
like.
think it was Iron Man 3 or Iron Man 2 as one of them.
Yeah, I
I
remember
think it
that.
was Iron Man 3. Because 2, I don't think would have come out. Did 2 come out before Captain America or after?
I think. Oh yeah, it must have been 3 then. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a thing.
I may have to break out my Blu-rays and go back and check.
Go watch that
It'll
shit.
annoy me until I know.
Oh man, this looks like an amazing movie. I'm excited for sure because it's just that high school vibe gets me, man. I love like some of those movies. Maybe it's because I'm still young, but I love those.
No,
type of
I love
movies,
it too. It takes you back to the day. Like,
Okay, well there you go. See. Okay,
Yeah.
there you go.
I'm
That's
just
not
like I'm just waiting for the Luke Cage reference where they got the guy on the street selling the 4K bootleg
Yes.
Blu-rays saying that he
Yeah.
has some pics of Spider-Man's fights.
That's nice. Yeah, that's the exact same joke I told Mitch. Like I knew one of us was gonna say it. Like someone was gonna say it.
He's like, Jose, go get the 4K.
Yeah, that's still a funny part of Luke Cage. I love that part.
Did you see that article Screen Rant made though? Where it's like the one Easter egg that no one noticed.
Oh, they do one of those every week, and you.
Yeah, but like all it is like someone pointed out on Twitter that in the Avengers headquarters scene, Tom Holland's wearing the same T-shirt that Pepper Potts wore in Iron Man 3 when they were in bed, like the iron armor came up to him. It's just like that's such a random throwback.
It is.
It's just that the wardrobe department had a T-shirt laying around in his size and just thought, well, that'll fit him. That fits the character fine.
It's just like, what?
It just happens that Gwyneth Paltrow wears the same size T-shirt as a 14-year-old boy.
I wonder if she's ever coming back.
Probably. Unless they make her rescue, there's no need to have her back.
I just try to watch the Fast and Furious quickly, and I'm not gonna watch the new video. That title's too dumb.
That title is stupid. The Fate and the Fears. That is stupid as heck. But it still looks cool because they're in Cuba. They're in the Arctic.
It only looks cool because you're Mexican.
And he's not Mexican.
It sounds like a fantasy movie though, like Harry Potter and
they are
Furious, or
I mean,
all
Indiana
they do is
Jones,
showing a
Fates
bottle
of
of
the
Corona
Furious.
and Joe gets hyped.
I mean, it's fun. I don't know. This is
fun.
really fun. Transformer movies are not fun.
No, Transformers movies are like getting punched in the balls for 3 fucking hours. Why are they so long?
See, that's how I feel about BVS, and yet we still need to do commentary at some point.
Yeah,
just hold it off because it pisses people off.
That's why it's holding off. And
It doesn't piss off a lot of people. It
pisses off a ton of people.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
There's so many. Okay, you're doing this deliberately now. It's like, yeah, we kind of are.
Why are you putting off punching yourself in the balls for 3 hours? Well, why do you think?
Oh. So, any closing words, I guess, on Spider-Man?
Looks amazing.
Yeah. Amazing. Ultimate.
Spectacular.
I didn't even realize.
Sensational.
Every time I say it looked amazing, I didn't even realize it was like it's an unintentional pun because I didn't even realize that.
It looks like Eye of the Camera.
Oh.
Hold on, what other Spider-Man? It looks like Peter Parker.
It looks like Spider-Man 4, The Quest for Peace.
The search for more money.
Looks like The Amazing Spider-Man, Adventures of Aunt May as a cop, or whatever the fuck Sony was gonna do.
The Fate of the Furious.
Hey, it's not Aunt May. It's, as the internet dubbed her, Aunt Bay.
Look, can you imagine though, if we get the Fantastic Four back, we can have Aunt May Herald of Galactus.
You know, I'm not even gonna mention her as Aunt May anymore. It's gonna be Aunt Bay because she is fine. She really is.
I just loved how the internet kept calling her Hot Aunt May, and then when Civil War came out, Tony calls her Hot Aunt May. They must have added that to the script after it was cast. Yeah, he did. You and your Hot Aunt May downstairs or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he'd just say your hot aunt.
I think he just says that, but it's the same thing, really.
Yeah, it's the same thing. You can tell it was a callback. Either that or just like the writers and the audience were just like well in tune at that time.
I did really like the scene where it looked like Tony was going in for a hug, but he was actually just opening the door.
Oh, we didn't talk about the hug. That was amazing.
It's so awkward.
The one big scene that was in
That is awkward. I feel so awkward watching that. I was like, oh, I feel bad for Peter.
It did look like he was leaning in for a hug.
Yeah,
It really did. I thought for a second,
that's what you do to a girl after you don't want to. After you took her out, you're like, man, this ain't working, and you just like, I'm just getting the door.
What, you just say, oh, it's not a hug. I'm just opening the door.
Yeah, basically, that's what you do. That's what Tony would probably have done.
Why would Tony even have bothered leaning across to open the door though? He would have just said to the kid, like, just get out. Yeah, Tony wouldn't have.
Well, he's a gentleman. That's why.
He's not taking out a lady friend. He's taking out a.
You know why he's doing it?
You don't want to be too courteous.
He's doing it because he puts the proto spider tracer on him to keep tabs on him. That's why he did it.
It makes sense.
Because he wants to keep tabs on him, and that's what the conversation is about. So Tony's like, "Listen, let me give you a hug." So he slips a thing on him that he can't detect. So
yeah, I think you got it.
It's got to be it.
That's that typical spy thing.
Right.
Then the next thing's going to be the spider car and the spider bike.
Oh, I want the spider car for no fucking reason other than they lost their mind.
I want the spider car too. That'd be dope.
Can we get the Spider Zord?
Like, nobody ever cared when Superman got a car for good reason. I always never understood why people like the spider car so much.
Because it's a spider car.
Why does he need a
has
spider
8 legs.
Why does Superman need a car? Why does Spider-Man need a car? It just doesn't.
The reason people liked it is because Spider-Man got a sponsorship to get the car.
Yeah.
Like Booster Gold.
He did a review
Spider-Man
video.
needs a spider car because Spider-Man runs out of webs. Superman doesn't run out of flying.
Yeah.
I mean, unless he has kryptonite around him, but it hardly does.
Yeah, if I was Lex Luthor, I'd just start installing kryptonite lamps into every street corner.
See, if I
Just
was
be like,
Lex
Lex
Luthor,
Corp
right?
owns the contracts to make these things.
No,
We can put in
what
them
he
when they
should
like.
do is just like taint pop rocks with kryptonite, because he won't be able to tell the fucking difference till they're in his throat, and then he's dead.
But just the Metropolis water supply. It doesn't do any harm to other people. But if
Well,
Superman
that's true.
drinks it-
That went to 100 real quick, and then he's dead.
yeah.
And like,
He swallows kryptonite. That doesn't pass through his body for hours. Like, fuck, he's gone.
and for people who don't know the ending for the Spider Car, Peter returns it in a wreck.
Oh.
Like, yeah, it was just totaled, and he just spins it in the web and says, "Here."
Maybe
Don't do it
that would
anymore.
be so funny if the end of the movie is Tony gives Peter the spider car as a reward for taking down Vulture, and then like Peter just
I would
immediately
love if
destroys
he
it by
took
accident.
like not gank for writing it. That'd be
And
fun.
the reason why he crashes it is because he doesn't even have a license.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be like the scene from Kick-Ass, where he just strolls up in a fucking car.
Yep.
I'm down with that.
I'm down with that too. Heck yeah, let's do it.
Right.
Let's make it
Right. A
happen.
blue car with legs.
I mean, he's got the fucking wings, so why not? Just do the car too, and then
It's
do the
also
cape.
like-
It'll be great.
Let's make it happen.
Yeah.
Marvel, where you at? We're gonna make it happen.
So there's that. Yeah. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the Spider-Man trailer discussion, and obviously we'll be back next week. Then we'll discuss Luke Cage, Guardians trailer, Planet of the Apes.
the Thor reveal.
Maybe I won't
Yeah.
die of this cold. Who knows?
Maybe my cold won't fully hit me because it's hitting me slowly. We'll find out.
Yeah.
At least it didn't hit you while you're on vacation.
Oh, it actually did like 2 days before, so
Oh.
I just took a shit ton of meds to get better real quick.
There you go.
Yeah.
When in
Fucking
doubt,
cold.
take a shit ton of meds.